Until then, for Small Biz, Big Dreams, I'm Kevin Black.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Need to estimate your duty? Perform a track and trace, search for a declaration.
Then download the Jamaica Customs mobile app today. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
12 p.m.
Thanks for joining us for CVM News at noon. It's Thursday, February 19, 2026. I'm Amoy Harriet. We begin with a developing story. Police are now on the scene at the headquarters of Grace Kennedy Limited following a brazen robbery earlier today. Preliminary information reaching our newsroom is that a man on a motorcycle reportedly held up a security at the front of the Grace Kennedy building and made off with items. The extent of what was taken is unclear. Now, CVM News will provide further updates as more information becomes available. Now, 2 people are in police custody and expected to be charged following a drug bust by the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division of the JCF Tuesday at a FedEx location in Kingston. Police say the drug is valued at some $600,000 and is one of several seizures since the start of the year. FNID's boss, Superintendent Oreth Dunkley, spoke with CVM News.
Tuesday's operation at a FedEx courier location on Halfwy Tree Road has led to the seizure of 1 kilo of cocaine with a now confirmed street value of $600,000. Director of the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, FNID, Superintendent Oreth Dunkley, says 2 people were also arrested in what's now an ongoing investigation.
We have found that the barrier to ship is very low. We have found that you have a number of persons who are using these services with fake identification and using fake addresses to send drugs overseas. And our activities today were simply to disrupt those activities. We were successful in our efforts. We made a seizure of drugs that we are yet to weigh because the investigation is continuing. But we have made 2 arrests. These persons will be charged for the drugs that we have found today. We continue to investigate to explore whether there were insider collusion, whether there were any other persons associated with this kind of activity.
Superintendent Rowe reminds this is part of a broader initiative to stem the trade of illicit weapons and drugs, noting the need for continued support from all stakeholders.
Most of the courier services in Jamaica are being affected. I mean, courier services were intended to support the movements of goods for legitimate Jamaican people, for ease of doing business and ease of accessing goods, and it is being infiltrated by people who are using it for illegitimate means. So it is a concern for us. A number of the courier service are being affected. I mean, some we have managed to secure good working relationship with, and some has not been so cooperative.
The FNID boss explains more than 30 arrests have so far been effected for 2026, and over $50 million worth of cocaine seized in near weekly operations.
FNID has seized about 87 kilograms of cocaine since the start of the year, valuing over 50 million Jamaican dollars. We're not even 2 months in the year yet, We have been having cocaine seizures pretty much every week. In terms of drugs overall, we have seized over 77 million Jamaican dollars worth of drugs, and we continue to seize. And today, add to our statistics in terms of the numbers, these 2 arrests today make 32 since the start of the year in terms of persons who will be charged for either illicit drugs or being involved in firearm trafficking.
Nika Lewis, CVM News.
The People's National Party is continuing its critique of the Andrew Holness-led administration, accusing the government of hypocrisy and a sustained assault on the National Housing Trust following continued withdrawals from the fund. The opposition says comments by State Minister Apka Fitzhenley describing criticism from opposition leader Mark Golding as vulgar politicking are misplaced. Now, this year marks the 50th anniversary of the NHT, but the PNP notes that Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, who holds the housing portfolio, has made no public statement recognizing the milestone or reaffirming the trust's original mandate. Opposition spokesperson on housing, Senator Floyd Morris, says defending Contributors Fund is not vulgar. He argues that depriving working Jamaicans of home ownership opportunities while billions are extracted from the trust is. Senator Morris maintains that the NHT belongs to its contributors and says any government that raids the fund while failing to deliver affordable housing lacks the moral authority to lecture on principle or decency.
The fact of the matter is that the government itself has embarked upon a vulgar extraction of $11.4 billion over the past 10 years from the NHT without building affordable houses for the contributors of this organization that was established specifically for that purpose. The vulgar extraction of $114 billion and the proposal to continue the extraction of another $57 billion for the next 5 years. That is what is vulgar and must be condemned by the people of Jamaica.
Very untidy. Mayor of Mandeville, Donovan Mitchell, is blasting the Andrew Holness-led government for what he calls poor communication with mayors on the proposed One Road Authority. The policy framework, which was approved by Cabinet last month, places road management under central government's control, ending the long-standing role of municipal corporations, a move Mitchell says is being pushed forward without proper consultation.
I think it is very, very untidy.
And obviously displeased Mayor of Mandeville, Donovan Mitchell, at Thursday's sitting of the Manchester Municipal Meeting. The government is now moving into phase 1 of the implementation of the One Road Authority, an agency that authorities say will bring clarity, consistent standards, and stronger accountability to how roads are classified, protected, maintained, and repaired. Yet,
and up until now, the Minister of Local Government nor the Minister of Works in the office of the Prime Minister has not met with mayors, because I don't think he'll call a meeting with me alone to discuss what this One Road Authority is about. And I don't want us to go back to the 80s, you know, because some of you are too young to know that. That in the 80s, everything was taken away from parish councils, local governance, except abattoirs and cemeteries.
Notably, Jamaica has over 27,000 kilometers of roads. Only about 5,000 kilometers are managed by the National Works Agency, NWA. The remainder is divided among municipal corporations, private communities, the Rural Agriculture Development Authority, RADA, the National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, NROC, and some roads with unclear ownership. The One Road Authority is expected to bring those roads under one central system. The mayor is, however, accusing the Andrew Holness-led administration of playing politics.
I was trying to behave myself this morning. I know of a fact that the Minister of Works and the Minister of Local Government has met with people from the JP side. I know that I was in Kingston yesterday and some people might slip. People might slip everywhere you go. So I know meetings have been held. That's why I said private meetings have been held. But the person for which it is going to affect most. I need to tell the people who are asking the questions. We still don't know.
In the meantime, a councillor for the Belfield Division, Mario Mitchell, says he's concerned that the proposal could strip local government representatives of their authority to approve road repairs.
Lest the members of parliament forget, the People's Act placed us in front of the people, and we were placed in this noble chamber to represent the people. So for example, I have a road which I want to fix, and the people will see us every day. I want to fix the Bombay Road. And if you go down there, there are craters there. And I was told that I can't fix the road, because the road is on a schedule to be fixed, whether Spark or Reach or whatever they want, because the return is on a program.
They're calling on Ministers Morgan and McKenzie to convene a meeting with them before moving forward with the proposal.
And it's time now for a break, but stay with us. Our live interview comes up next.
Every day starts with care. Care that's always close. SuperMed Family of Pharmacies is where you go for everything you need. From your morning routine to life's biggest moments, SuperMed Family of Pharmacies is always by your side. Whether it's prescriptions or household essentials, trust the care that's close to home. Super happy, super healthy, SuperMed. Welcome back to CVM News at noon. Now, as we shared earlier in the newscast, 2 people are now in police custody following a major operation at the FedEx Shipment Center on Halfwy Tree Road in St. Andrew on Tuesday. Now, the operation was reported to involve members of the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, FNID, the Canine Division, and officers from the St. Andrew Central Police. Joining us now to give us the latest on this investigation is Oreth Dunkley, who is the Deputy Superintendent of Police at the Firearms and Narcotics Division of the JCF. Good afternoon, DSP Dunkley.
Good afternoon to you and your listeners and viewers.
What more can you tell us about this investigation? Are the 2 persons still in custody?
Both of them are still in custody and are slated to be charged today and will subsequently face the court in coming days. Our investigation so far has led us to as far as St. Elizabeth and other areas in the corporate area where secondary operations were carried out as a result of our investigation.
Are you able to confirm the facilities in St. Elizabeth? Was it another branch of FedEx, or were it homes that you conducted this operation? Are you in a position to confirm that information?
These were not offices of FedEx. These were residents related to these men who are in custody and to other people that we think are associated with them.
Is it that others are expected to be charged in relation to this matter?
It is quite possible. It is early days in our investigations, but we'll follow the leads wherever it led us to. And whomever is identified to be involved in these investigations will be arrested and charged and brought before the court to face their day also.
So what were the triggers that led to this bust?
Well, our investigations are highly related to intelligence, urgent intelligence. That those are where our leads were developed, and we follow our leads, and we collaborate with other divisions and other units within our within the JCF, and it led us to the location where the major operation was carried out.
And for context,
and our subsequent seizures and arrests.
And for context, what quantities were found and how exactly were the drugs hidden?
Well, I am not at liberty to tell you the exact amount at this point, just to say that they were hidden in legitimate containers that were packaged and shipped and expected to be shipped in overseas.
And when you say overseas, it was a destination confirmed?
Yes, a country was confirmed, but because of possible subsequent court processes, we will not say at this time. But yes, it was destined to go overseas using the legitimate service.
Is this the first time, DSP Dunkley, that you've come across an operation of this nature?
Definitely not. These are issues that we confront on a week-by-week basis. Over the last 3 years, up to over 377 such seizures have been made by the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division. Since the start of the year, we have arrested at least 3 persons who are involved in these, and we have many files that are outstanding and are ready to be placed before the court as soon as we are able to identify suspects and arrest the players who are involved. That is why we really need the cooperation and collaboration of these courier services to assist us to bring the players before the court. They use fictitious IDs of other individuals, which are accepted by these courier services because of maybe lack of due diligence that ought to be exercised in these processes.
Interestingly, DSP Dunkley, since the start of 2026 and even late 2025, perhaps, and I'm just exaggerating a bit here, every other week I hear about a major drug bust. Is it that there's been an increase in recent times, or has the numbers been generally the same over the last few years?
Well, we have been given a mandate by the Commissioner of Police. We have a new mandate. The coming together of the Firearms unit, which was formerly at CTAC, brought on board with the Narcotics Investigation Division, which is now the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, and we have been given a mandate to go after firearms and narcotics wherever it is. So it is an intensified approach, which is all strategic, and we intend to go wherever the network exists and the players are, to bring these issues, to bring the perpetrators before the court, and to stem, at least to curtail the practice within our jurisdiction. We also collaborate with our partners internationally because issues of firearms and narcotics are really transnational in nature. We are not producers of cocaine. A large portion of the cocaine are transited through our ports. And it is our mandate to go after these seizures when they are here, and we collaborate with international partners, even when they reach their destination, to assist in the investigative process. So far, since the start of the year, we have seen a large number, upwards of 5 tons of cocaine have been seized.
Is that more than you're used to seeing? Is that more than you're used to seeing at this point in the year?
It depends on the detection techniques that are exercised over time. It is difficult to say whether it has declined or increased. It depends on the detection mechanism that are in place to detect them. But we have seen a large quantity that has transshipped through Jamaica since the start of the year and have been detected in France, Australia, and Belgium and other areas in Europe where the price is much higher in these areas. And we are assisting in the investigation of these seizures along with our international partners.
And just before you go, Sir Dunkley, what now